Hi everyone, it's Graham here with another video review for you, and this time we've got an Ocean Digital internet radio. Now if you've seen my other video review of Ocean Digital internet radio, this one's slightly different because this one's actually got an aerial so that you can get DAB and VHF radio stations. So this is a box. We'll just have a quick look at it. It's the model number is WR-238CD. It says it's got built-in Wi-Fi connection, supports Bluetooth music streaming, which means you can set up your iPhone or your iPod or your MP3 player, as long as it's got Bluetooth, and you can play music through this as a speaker. You can access 26,000 radio stations worldwide for free, so you should have plenty of choice there. It's got a 2.4 TFT colour display, excellent sound performance, so we'll have a listen to that in a little while. Inside the box you've got the internet radio, remote control, user manual and the AC adapter, so you do need electricity for this. Remote control doesn't come with batteries, and neither does the radio, so you can't run the radio from batteries, you need the AC adapter. We've got the universal plug and play function on this. You can get internet radio, DAB radio, FM radio as well. It supports wireless connection, supports Bluetooth music streaming, rotary volume control, clock and alarm function, so you can use it for a bedside radio if you want and wake you up in the morning. A socket for an earphone, line out and auxiliary. Audio output power 5 watts, RMS ×1, AC adapter, remote control included. So we'll have a look in the box and we'll get it set up and see what it sounds like. So first of all, what have we got inside the box? Well, we've got the radio itself. Now, as you can see, it's quite a compact little thing. It's well made, nice and sturdy. It's got a big speaker on there, all the controls there, which we'll go through in a minute. Some nice rubber feet there so that it doesn't slide about on your desktop or wherever you're on your shelf or wherever you're putting it. It's got an aerial at the back there, as you see. That's an extendable aerial. That will extend so that you can get your FM radio stations and your DAB radio stations, on-off switch, headphone, line out and auxiliary in. So there we are, that's the unit itself. It comes with, as I say, oops, knocking the camera about, it comes with a remote control. Now I find the remote control pretty handy actually. I use that a lot for setting it up, which we'll have a look at in a minute. Comes with a user guide. I recommend you have a read through the user guide. There's a lot of information in there. There's lots you can do with this piece of kit, and there's lots to learn. We'll go through briefly some of the things, but you'll love exploring this for what you can do with it. It's pretty good really. So that's a comprehensive user manual, and we've also got the electric plug there. So you will need electricity to plug it in, and that goes into the back of the radio, and obviously you plug that into your electrical outlet. And lastly, quick start guide, so you can get it up and running quickly. Tells you how to do that. So we'll do that now. We'll have a look at it, get it set up, and see what's what. Right, so we'll switch it on, which you can do at the back, and we get the welcome screen there. And it takes us a short while to load up. When you first load it, it will start scanning for wireless, for Wi-Fi, and once it's found that Wi-Fi, as you can see there, it's found some Wi-Fi within reach of the radio. It will find anything within reach, So what you need to do is find your particular Wi-Fi, and you need to put the password in. Now that's quite easy. It is a little bit laborious, but you can use the remote control with the keyboard there. So on number 2, for instance, you've got ABC in caps and ABC in lowercase and the number 2. Number 3 has got DEF caps, DEF lowercase and the number 3, and so on. So you can, by using that, you can put your password in, depending on what your password is. It's normally letters and numbers and things. So you put your password in, and you can do the same actually on the buttons on the radio itself. You can set your password with that as well. That takes a little bit of time, but once that's set up, you're up and running then, and you don't have to do it again for that, unless you move to another area with a different Wi-Fi. Then you would have to put a password in for that. But generally speaking, if you're using this in the house with your particular Wi-Fi, then you won't have to do that again. Even if you switch the radio off, it will remember it. So that's that. I'm just going to run briefly through some of the things that you can do on the radio, because if I spend too long, this video will be about half an hour long and you'll get bored. So it's got a home key, so if you press the home key, you'll see the various functions that it will do. So there's configuration to start with, that's to set it all up, the local radio there, internet radio, media center, FM, DAB, information center, auxiliary, Bluetooth, and back to configuration. So if we have a quick look at configuration, if you go into that, then you can change the time display to whatever you want. So you can the actual screen here will show a standby mode. It will show a clock, so you can have either an analog clock or a digital clock. So that's what that is. The next one down is manage my media. Now this has got a media center, so that any universal plug and play enabled device, for example a PC, a laptop or Windows media player, you can stream music over the same Wi-Fi network used by the radio to be played. So that's quite a handy function as well. That's your network settings there. So that's you can set up all your network things that you want, manual configuration, etc. The date and time, you can set the date and time to whatever format you want. It's got an alarm, so you can use it for a bedside radio if you want. It's got a dual alarm, a nap alarm and an alarm volume there, so that's quite handy as well. You can set up the language to whatever language you want to use. For instance, we're in the UK, so we're using English, but you can set it up for German, Spanish, French, etc, etc. There's 17 languages on there. You can dim the display, so if you are using it for a clock at night, a radio alarm clock, you can dim the display. You can change the display to mono if you want from colour. That's the power management, which you can set to turn off after so many minutes. Sleep timer, so you can go to sleep to some music and it'll automatically switch off at whatever time you set it at. That's the buffer controls for 2 seconds, 4 seconds, 8 seconds, etc. You can even get the weather forecast from your particular area, so you can set the location, set the temperature unit and show it on standby as well. So amazing what these things can do, isn't it? That you've got a radio here that will tell you what the weather is outside. FM setup, that's the FM for if you want to use FM radio. Local radio setup, playback setup, device there, so you can rename it, etc. That's the equalizer, resume when power on, software update, reset to default. So that's some of the things you can do on the actual configuration side. So let's get to the actual internet radio. This is the most interesting thing I find. 26,000 radio stations you can get on this, 26,000 plus. So it's amazing what you can get. This is the internet radio. You can have the global top 20. You can search by genre. You can search by country and location. Highlight, so they're the things that are highlighted. So we'll say we want to search by genre, shall we? Just as an example. So you click on genre. You've got adult, contemporary, alternative, ambient, blues, Christian, classical, college, comedy, community, country, dance, easy listening, electronica, folk, hip-hop, hips, so on, so forth, jazz, indie music, kids, Latin, metal, new age, news. Look at this. I mean, it's incredible, really. Oldies, let's have a look at oldies. So you've got the oldies top 10, oldies Argentina, oldies Australia, oldies Austria, Belgium, Brazil. So it goes through all the countries that have got sort of oldies radio stations. So we'll go to oldies UK, because that's what I'm mostly interested in, being in the UK. So we've got then it comes to all the different radio stations that have got that play oldie type music. So you've got 111 stations there that will play oldies. So there we are. We'll have a look at what we got. Best of the 60s. So it connects to that particular radio station, and there we are. We've got a nice record by Mary Hopkin called Goodbye. So you can see a very nice sound. You can search by genre, country and location, etc, etc, and the possibilities are infinite, really. For instance, Iran, Israel, Jordan. You can have music from Palestine if you want. Then you go to Palestine, you've got Palestine All, Palestine News, Palestine Public, Palestine Religious, so on. So as I say, any country in the world, any type of music you want, this will give it to you. It will also store your local radios. So we're in the UK, so it obviously stores all the interesting radio stations that you might want in the UK. So you've got a UK DA, you've got a UK top 10, United Kingdom All, adult, contemporary, alternative, ambient, blues. So they're all the local radio stations you've got there. And then you can also have the history. So this is a history of what I've been listening to on this radio recently. So the last one I visited was 24/7 Best of the 60s and Global Vision. So that's quite handy. If you think to yourself, oh, what was that radio station I was listening to yesterday? It'll be in your history, so you can have a look at what your history was as well. So there we are. That's a brief summary of what you can do with the internet radio. Now, as I said before, you've got the media centre, which supports universal plug and play, so you can stream your music via your PC, your computer or whatever. It's got FM radio, so the aerial at the back there, you can extend the aerial. It extends to about 2 or 3 foot, and you can get your FM radio stations. There's a DAB radio, same thing. It will pick up all your local DAB radio stations wherever you are. Information centre, you get weather information. It'll even give you financial information and system information. That's the auxiliary, so that you can use earphones. Bluetooth, as I mentioned before, you can use this for a speaker. So if you've got an iPhone or an iPod or an MPV player, you can that's Bluetooth enabled, you can set it up to listen to your music through this as a speaker sort of thing. The radio will actually act as a speaker, and then we're back to configuration. So there we are. That's a brief summary of what it will do. There's lots more it will do. So as I say, if you get one, have a look through the comprehensive manual there. There's lots to read on there, so if you read all that will tell you everything you need to know. And also the the chaps at Ocean Digital are very good. They've got a Facebook page, there's a website, so if you've got any technical questions, then give them a call or go on the website and ask them, give them an email, and they're very good at getting back to you and telling you exactly what you need to know. If I can answer any questions, I will do, so if you want to comment in the comments below, then please do that. And thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you found this video has been useful. If you found it useful, give us a thumbs up, and I hope you found it useful, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Cheers for now.